Mental Health Wellness Tips for Quarantine by Eileen Feliciano. After having 31 sessions this week with patients where the singular focus was COVID-19 and how to cope, I decided to consolidate my advice and make a list that I hope is helpful to all. I can't control a lot of what is going on right now, but I can contribute to this. Number 1, stick to a routine. Go to sleep and wake up at a reasonable time. Write a schedule that is varied and includes time for work as well as self-care. Number 2, dress for the social life you want, not the social life you have. Get showered and dressed in comfortable clothes. Wash your face, brush your teeth, take the time to do a bath or a facial. Put on some bright colors. It is amazing how our dress can impact our mood. Number 3, get out at least once a day for at least 30 minutes. If you are concerned of contact, try first thing in the morning or later in the evening and try less traveled streets and avenues. If you are high risk or living with those who are high risk, open the windows and blast the fan. It is amazing how much fresh air can do for spirits. Number 4, find some time to move each day, again, daily for at least 30 minutes. If you do not feel comfortable going outside, there are many YouTube videos that offer free movement classes. And if all else fails, turn on the music and have a dance party. Number 5, reach out to others. You guessed it, at least once daily for 30 minutes. Try to do FaceTime, Skype, phone calls, texting. Connect with other people to seek and provide support. Do not forget to do this for your children as well. Set up virtual playdates with friends daily via FaceTime, Facebook Messenger Kids, Zoom, etc. Your kids miss their friends too. Number 6, stay hydrated and eat well. This one may seem obvious, but stress and eating often do not mix well, and we find ourselves overindulging, forgetting to eat and avoiding food. Drink plenty of water. Eat some good and nutritious foods and challenge yourself to learn how to cook something new. Number 7, develop a self-care toolkit. This can look different for everyone. A lot of successful self-care strategies involve a sensory component. 7 senses: touch, taste, sight, hearing, smell, vestibular, and comforting pressure. An idea for each: a soft blanket or stuffed animal, a hot chocolate, photos of vacations, comforting music, lavender or eucalyptus oil, a small swing, a rocking chair, a weighted blanket, a journal, an inspirational book, or a mandala coloring book is wonderful. Bubbles to blow or blowing watercolor on paper through straw are visually appealing, as well as work on controlled breath. Mint gum, Listerine strips, ginger ale, frozen starburst, ice packs, and cold are also good for anxiety regulation. For children, it is great to help them create self-regulation, comfort box, often a shoebox or a bin they can decorate that they can use on the ready for the first aid when overwhelmed. Number 8, spend extra time playing with children. Children will rarely communicate how they are feeling, but often make a bid for attention and communication through play. Do not be surprised to see therapeutic themes of illness, doctor visits, and isolation play through. Understand that play is cathartic and helpful for children. It is how they process their world and problem solve, and there is a lot they are seeing and experiencing in the now. Number 9, give everyone a benefit of a doubt and a wide berth. A lot of cooped up time can bring out the worst in everyone. Each person will have moments when they will not be at their best. It is important to move with grace through blow-ups, to not show up to every argument you are invited to, and to not hold grudges and continue disagreements. Everyone is not doing the best they can to make it through this. Number 10, everyone find their own retreat space. Space is at a premium, particularly with city living. It is important that people think through their own separate space for work and for relaxation. For children, help them identify a place where they can go to retreat when stressed. You can make this place cozy by using blankets, pillows, cushions, scarves, beanbags, tents, and forts. It is good to know that even when we are on top of each other, we have our own special place to go to be alone. Number 11, expect behavioral issues in children and respond gently. We are all struggling with disruption in routine. None more than children who rely on routines constructed by others to make them feel safe and to know what comes next. Expect increased anxiety, worries, and fears, nightmares, difficulty separating or sleeping, testing limits, and meltdowns. Do not introduce major behavioral plans or consequences at this time. Hold stable and focus emotional connection. Number 12, focus on safety and attachment. We are going to be living for a bit with the unprecedented demand of meeting all work deadlines, homeschooling children, running a sterile household, and making a whole lot of entertainment in confinement. We can get wrapped up in meeting expectations in all domains, but we must remember that these are scary and unpredictable times for children. Focus on strengthening the connection through time spent following their lead, through physical touch, through play, through therapeutic books, and via verbal reassurances that you will be there for them in this time. Number 13, lower expectations and practice radical self-acceptance. This idea is connected with number 12. We are doing too many things in this moment under fear and stress. This does not make a formula for excellence. Instead, give yourself what psychologists call radical self-acceptance. Accepting everything about yourself, your current situation, and your life without question, blame or pushback. You cannot fail at this. There is no roadmap, no precedent for this. And we are all truly doing the best we can in an impossible situation. Number 14, limit social media and Covert conversation, especially around children. One can find tons of information on COVID-19 to consume, and it changes minute to minute. The information is often sensationalized, negatively skewed, and alarmist. Find a few trusted sources that you can check in with consistently. Limit it to a few times a day and set a time limit for yourself on how much you consume. Again, 30-minute stops, 2 to 3 times daily. Keep news and alarming conversations out of earshot from children. They see and hear everything and can become very frightened by what they hear. Number 15, notice the good in the world, the helpers. There is a lot of scary, negative, and overwhelming information to take in regarding this pandemic. There are also a ton of stories of people sacrificing, donating, and supporting one another in miraculous ways. It is important to counterbalance the heavy information with the hopeful information. Number 16, help others. Find ways, big and small, to give back to others. Support restaurants. Offer to grocery shop. Check in with elderly neighbors. Write psychological wellness tips for others. Helping others gives us a sense of agency when things seem out of control. Number 17. Find something you can control and control the heck out of it. In moments of big uncertainty and overwhelm, control your little corner of the world. Organize your bookshelf. Purge your closet. Put together that furniture. Group your toys. It helps to anchor and ground us when the bigger things are chaotic. Number 18. Find a long-term project to dive into. Now is the time to learn how to play the keyboard. Put together a huge jigsaw puzzle. Start a 15-hour game of Risk. Paint a picture. Read the Harry Potter series. Binge watch an 8-season show. Crochet a blanket. Solve a Rubik's Cube. Or develop a new town in Animal Crossing. Find something that will keep you busy, distracted, and engaged to take breaks from what is going on in the outside world. Number 19. Engage in repetitive movements and left-right movements. Research has shown that repetitive movements, knitting, coloring, painting, clay sculpting, jump roping, etc., especially left-right movements, running, drumming, skating, hopping, can be effective at self-soothing and maintaining self-regulation in moments of distress. Number 20. Find an expensive art and go for it. Our emotional brain is very receptive to the creative arts, and it is a direct portal for release of feelings. Find something that is creative: sculpting, drawing, dancing, music, singing, playing, and give it your all. See how relieved you can feel. It is very effective for helping kids to emote and to communicate as well. Number 21. Find lightness and humor in each day. There is a lot to be worried about, and with good reason. Counterbalance this heaviness with something funny each day. Cat videos on YouTube, a stand-up show on Netflix, a funny movie. We all need a little comedic relief in our day every day. Number 22. Reach out for help. Your team is there for you. If you have a therapist, a psychiatrist, they are available to you, even at a distance. Keep up your medications and your therapy sessions the best you can. If you are having difficulty coping, seek out help for the first time. There are mental health people on the ready to help you through this crisis. Your children's teachers and related service providers will do anything within their power to help, especially for those parents tasked with the difficult task of being a whole treatment team to their child with special challenges. Seek support groups of fellow homeschoolers, parents, and neighbors to feel connected. There is help and support out there any time of the day. Although we are physically distant, we can always connect virtually. Number 23. Chunk your quarantine. Take it a moment by moment. We have no roadmap for this. We don't know what this will look like in one day, 1 week, or 1 month from now. Often when I work with patients who have anxiety around overwhelming issues, I suggest that they engage in a strategy called chunking. focusing on whatever bite-sized piece of a challenge that feels manageable, whether that be 5 minutes, a day, a week at a time. Find what feels doable for you and set a timestamp for how far ahead in the future you will let yourself worry. Take each chunk one at a time and move through stress in pieces. Number 24, remind yourself daily that this is temporary. It seems in the midst of this quarantine that it will never end. It is terrifying to think of the roads stretching ahead of us. Please take time to remind yourself that although this is very scary and difficult and will go on for an undetermined amount of time, it is a season of life and it will pass. We will return to feeling free, safe, busy, and connected in the days ahead. Number 25, find a lesson. The whole crisis can seem sad, senseless, and at times avoidable. When psychologists work with trauma, a key feature to helping someone work through said trauma is to help them find their agency, the potential positive outcomes they can effect, the meaning and construction that can come out of distraction. What can each of us learn here, in a big and small ways, from the crisis? What needs to change in ourselves, our homes, our communities, our nation, and our world? Source: Simon Fraser University. Torch It. Torch It device is an electronic travel aid used in conjunction with a normal white cane that assists a visually impaired person in mobility and navigation. While the normal white cane can only detect obstacles up to knee-waist height, this device is capable of detecting obstacles from knee-waist to head height. In other words, the Torch It is not meant to replace the white cane, but to augment its functionality. It can detect obstacles up to 3.2 meters when used in open areas, outdoor up to 1.3 meters. When used indoors, it detects up to 0.6 meters. With this increased range, it warns the users about impending obstacles before the possible collision happens and helps in finding collision-free paths. The Torch It device uses ultrasonic waves to detect the presence of obstacles. These are sound waves which are not audible to human beings. The device has an ultrasonic sensor which can transmit as well as receive the ultrasonic waves in the presence if obstacles are detected by the sensor of the device, if the obstacles from which waves are reflected lie within certain direction and distance range. A warning is issued by the user in the form of vibrations similar to a cell phone. It is necessary for the user to grip the device in a way that the sensor is directed forward in the direction of upcoming obstacles. The Torch device is fitted onto top fold of white cane as when it is necessary and can be reattached using a simple latching mechanism. The benefits of using the Torch It device are as follows. It helps to detect knee-waist above obstacles which are usually not detected by the white cane. Such obstacles might include a tree branch, underside or car, hanging cloth strings, protruding window air conditioners, etc. As these obstacles usually pose a risk of injury to the head and upper part of the body, it is critical to detect them early. It increases the detection range to 3.2 meters in the long range mode and to 0.6 meters in the short range mode. The enhanced detection range helps in informing the user about the presence of obstacles much before touching the actual obstacle. An object as big as a wall and as small as a 3 centimeter wide raised pipe at 3 meters can be detected from a mentioned distance. It helps in finding collision-free paths while walking by detecting and avoiding obstacles. Source: Edit Microsystems. Birthdays. Happy birthday to Faustina Bernardo, who celebrates her 18th birthday this June. Thank you, Frontline. To the medical staff who works endless hours, to the police force, firefighters, security and military, to the truck driver transporting goods, to the cashier, the petrol attendant, to those taking care of feral animals, to those who tirelessly feed the poor. You make a difference. You give us hope. You keep us going. We thank you. Announcements. Lonkan Rally 2020 cancelled. AGM 2020 to be communicated.